It took me a while to understand what was going on. I couldn't just write it down, I had to try and sing this song. The blossoms are out there, but I'm feeling alone. Blossoms in isolation, I need you. I cannot make sense of this, and is this even right? When will I see you? I'm counting the days and the nights. I feel you slipping away while I'm still holding on. I need to hear your voice, so can you pick up your telephone? Messages back and forth to tell you how I feel. This is a one-way love. Tell me, was it real? I hold on to this love like it's the only thing that's true. It's keeping me alive, knowing that I love you. It took me a while to understand what was going on. I couldn't just write it down, I needed you to hear the song. The blossoms are out there, but I'm feeling all alone. Blossoms in isolation, I need you. It took me a while to understand what was going on. You are my only thing, to you I belong. The soul never hides its faith, it shines through so strong. Blossoms in isolation, I need you. से पास नहीं, दूर जाके भी दिल दुखा के कहाँ खो गया। से पास नहीं, दूर जाके भी दिल दुखा के
welcome to Music Heals with myself, Rita Morar. How are you all doing? I hope you are great. Sorry for the late start today. There's good reasons as to why, but I'm here now. Thank you so much for joining me. We are on episode 16 of Music Heals, and I can't believe how much this year is just flying by. I'm just going to wait for a few people to join. Hi, Kicks, thank you for joining me. Hello, Vinny. Hey, Nimesh. Yes, I had a haircut, guys. Seasons are changing, and I thought, oh, I might as well have a change as well. Thank you, Vinny. I hope that's good. So I decided to, thank you, Nimesh. I decided to cut my hair. I took about 4 inches off. I dyed it blonde, so my hubby's calling me Blondie. He's been calling me that for ages anyway, but Blondie has stuck now as my name. Hi, Cypria. Hi. So, how are you all doing? Let me know how you all are doing. Yeah, I've got a change in my hairstyle. Let me know if you like it. The day that I got it done, I must say to you guys that I kept I can't wiggle my hair now because I've got hairspray in it, but my amazing hairdresser Patricia put curls in it, and she said it looks amazing. So I just kept wiggling it, and because as you know, my hair's really long, and it used to be down here actually. So it's such a big change for me, but I'm absolutely loving it. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me. Music Heals today. We've got Luv Randhawa on, and he's joining us from all the way from Canada. I love it. Keep them coming. Yes, Blondie. So yeah, he'll be joining us from Canada. He's running a little bit late, and but not to worry. I'm going to make up for the time because I'm not only singing one song for you, I'm going to be singing 2. So let me know what you think, guys. One of my own and a garage tune. We've been blaring the garage tunes in the car because it's been sunny in London. How's it been wherever you are? Let me see who else has joined. Hi, Kuli. Thank you always for joining. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your love. So for the first time, if you're joining Music Heals first time, hi, my name is Rita Morar. I am a music fusion artist, and I have been hosting Music Heals since last March, not this March gone, a year ago. Basically I get on a like-minded creative individual to talk to me about what music means to them, and today we've got Luv on, and I just can't wait to speak to him. He's still in the works of coming on, so bear with him and bear with me, but not to worry, as I'm going to be singing a few of tracks for you. I love it that you guys speak to each other here as well. It's beautiful to see you all here. So what's been happening in my world of music? I just did an interview with Manisha, V Fitness, and Sabrina Dell for their mental health awareness series, shall I say, web series, and it's going to be coming out real soon, and it really touched on music and well-being, and I was so honoured that they asked me on, and I'm going to be sharing that real soon with you. You'll be able to watch that on not WhatsApp, I was going to say WhatsApp. You'll be able to watch that on Instagram, IGTV, but not to worry, I will share with you the links on my website. So, as you know, you can find out all the information on Music Heals of my past guests for season 2 on musicheals.info. And for all that you know, that I actually run this independently. I do this all by myself. So any little, if you can buy me a coffee, any little would really help me to keep the quality for Music Heals to keep going. I've got no sponsors yet, but as I said, every little helps, but just you guys being here means so much to me, so thank you so much. So, how have all of you been out there? Have you been enjoying the sun? And I hope you have been putting on your SPF and just enjoying it. For the first time, Kuli, thank you for asking. For the first time, we went into London last week, me and my husband, and it was so beautiful. Everyone was wearing their masks and everyone was keeping their distance, and I was able to go out and see the blossoms in Holland Park. If you haven't been, please go to Kayata Gardens. Look after yourselves when you get out there. And then we went to Kensington Park as well. So it was such a beautiful day. And this weekend, what did I do? I got my hair done. That took half a day on Saturday. And then yesterday we went to an amazing restaurant, obviously outside, called Hawkins. So big up Atul Kocha for the amazing food there. And we had such a lovely time. So I hope you guys have been enjoying your weekends and your weekdays. Make sure to keep safe. I've got to say that it's such a bad situation currently in India, and my thoughts and love and prayers with all of them out there. I have relatives out there as well, and it's kind of like sad to see what is going on, and it just brings it back home just how lucky we are with the NHS and how much is being provided for us in terms of vaccinations and just the awareness of what is actually going on. So just keep the faith and do what you need to do. Keep yourself secure and keep your family and friends and loved ones all well. And I can't wait to see you all in the summer. But for now, shall we do some songs, and then hopefully Love will join us. We may have to stall if Love isn't with me yet. He said he would be on by now, but let's see what happens. I may need to start again with the 5-minute video, so just please bear with me. I also know that today that Facebook has been experiencing some issues regards to their lives, not lives, but their lives online. So if this cuts out in any way, for all you guys that are logged in via my Facebook, please do jump over to my YouTube. If you just put YouTube and then you just find Rita Morar, you'll be able to find my channel. And it's also in the poster that's on my Facebook page as well. So if this cuts out, not to worry, and just head over there and it will still be on there. But fingers crossed, everything should be fine. So Rita's rendition today, you must be wondering, what am I going to sing for you? You got a treat today, because I'm actually going to take some time out over bank holiday, May bank holiday. In the UK we get 2 bank holidays, and I'm going to make the most of it. So I'm not going to actually be on broadcasting next week, but I will be on after. I've got the whole of May lined up for you, barring the bank holidays. So I will reveal that for you next week. Rita's rendition. So today I'm going to be singing 2 of my favourites. Firstly, I've got to say actually happy birthday to my bestie, Hema, who's been my day one from the very beginning. And she's believed in my music since I've just been trying to get out there. And I just want to say, I hope you've had an amazing time today, and sending so much love to Hema. Big love to Hema. And yeah, these songs are for you. So I'm going to be singing Shanks and Bigfoot, Sweet Like Chocolate, and then I'm going to be singing Sajana, which was on Nameless. If you've heard of Nameless, I hope you have. It was on his very first EP called The Heights. And then hopefully by then Love will be with us, and then we'll be able to speak to him about his amazing music and what music means to him. So without further ado, let's get this song started. So let me know if you like this track here. I know that there are some garage heads out there. Who remembers this? Ooh, yeah. I see you, love. Get yourself a drink. going to be a long night.
Sweet like chocolate boy, you're sweet like chocolate. Sweet like chocolate. Finding your way in the dark ain't so hard when you're close to my heart. You are there when I'm feeling alone. All I need is for you to come home. You're sweet like chocolate boy. You're sweet like chocolate. You bring me so much joy. You're sweet like chocolate. Trust is the lock, is the key. There's no doubt that your love's all for me. You are sweet on the tip of my tongue. You are warm like the rays of the sun. You're sweet like chocolate boy. You're sweet like chocolate. You bring me so much joy. You're sweet like chocolate. Da 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 knowing you're there every day makes me high in my own special way. I am calm in the face of your love. Holding you is a gift from above. You're sweet like chocolate boy. You're sweet like chocolate. Yeah, Kuli. You bring me so much joy. You're sweet like chocolate boy. You're sweet like that. Da 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 da. Sweet like chocolate boy. Sweet like chocolate. You bring me so much joy. Sweet like chocolate. Sweet like chocolate. You bring me. You're sweet like.
Yay! A bit of garage for you. Thank you so much. On to the next. A bit of Hindi for you now.
जब से मिले हम तुझे कैसे मैं बुला दूं, याद करती हूँ मैं, बाहों में लेके तुझे सीने से लगा लूं, प्यार करती हूँ मैं। सजना तू है कहाँ, दिल में आ जा। सजना तू है कहाँ, दिल में आ जा। पलकें झुका के तुझे आँखों में बसा लूं, एक बार देखो जरा, है मेरी ख्वाहिश तुझे अपना बना लूं, मुझको देखो जरा। सजना तू है कहाँ, दिल में आ जा। सजना तू है कहाँ, दिल में आ
Hey, a round of applause for myself there. That was Shanks and Bigfoot, Sweet Like Chocolate. And we also had my own written track, which featured, it's called Sajna, and by Nameless, and it's on his first EP, The Heights. And it was actually also broadcasted, and it was also featured on the Sony collection that was put together by Nihal. So make sure you guys check that. Right, should we get Love on now? I can see Love waiting there for me. It's probably thinking, what is she doing? So if you guys have got any questions for Love, please do put them in the comments. Give him your support. He's tuned in all the way from Canada. I'm so excited. Let's get Love on. Hello, Love.
Hello.
Oh my God. Sagatam. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you. It's an honor. First of all, Rita, what a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank
Amazing.
you.
Absolutely. Just made my day hearing that. Just
Oh, Love, honestly.
really good. So as a fan of yours for ages, this is huge. For me to hear this live, and wow.
You know, thank you so much. Sorry, I forgot to take my echo off. I don't want to be speaking to you with echo on. No, thank you so much. It's just such an honor, like, you know, for that. And you know, that's how we move forward as artists, giving each other that support. So, Love, thank you so much for joining. You are finally here. If you want to give people a rundown of who you are and what you do, that would be amazing.
Yes, my name is Luv Randhawa, and I have been a singer for the past 20 years. We were one of the first bands, actually, back in the day to do the Bhangra fusion movement in North America.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Amazing.
so we were the pioneers, as they called us. And
yes. So what were you called?
Signia was the band.
Yeah.
So we had some real top charts tracks back in the days, and lots of love from all over North America, the UK and India. Did many tours. And then we all went our way because everybody had their own little area. And then I said, you know what? I love the Punjabi, Bollywood, Hindi, Urdu type feel tracks. So you know what? Let's do what I want to do. For
why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because music is such an international language that we can sing many, many different languages, and everybody can relate one way or another. So this is who I am. I'm your boy from Vancouver, Canada. So much everybody watching in, and mwah, to everybody. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. We've got some love here for you. Kali, got family in Canada. I think I've got family in Canada as well. So it's just a joy, just to have you. And how's the weather in Canada at the moment?
Right now, I am looking at the ocean, and it is very sunny right now. So it is gorgeous.
I'm not jealous.
Once this pandemic is over, everybody, you know what? Please come, and I'm very hospitable. Ajo, please come and enjoy us.
Oh man, you shouldn't have said that. Now that that's on the broadcast, all of us are going to come on one plane. You're going to have to deal with all of us in one go. I'm not joking.
Believe me, mind.
No, so we've got Love on today, guys. It's a huge honor, all the way from Canada. So if you guys have any questions for him or myself, we're talking about music and how music inspires us and how it heals us. Please do put them in the comments, and then I'll try and keep them up. Just to let you know, Love, that we are experiencing a few problems with Facebook. It may cut out, but that doesn't mean we're going to cut out. So if anybody out there that's tuned in from your side on Facebook and it cuts out, just head over to my YouTube channel. We will still be on there. So no, love, let's talk. So, all right, let's kick it off. Love, what does music mean to you?
Well, music, honestly, Rita, means everything to me, to be very honest with you. When I'm happy, I'm listening to music. When I'm sad, I'm listening to music. When I'm confused, I listen to music. Sometimes I listen to the music itself, the melodies, and sometimes I listen to the lyrics. And that's the beauty of music, is that you can get a feeling of different things at different times when your own emotions may be up or down. Music has been in my life since I was a young child. So for me, to be honest, music is everything. And I can sincerely say it, being very happy by saying it, because I've listened to every genre of music. From, let's say, Prince, Michael Jackson, who were my favorites growing up. Duran, then we go into the Alaf, Hira, Apna Sangeet, But the big thing, Rita, and probably in your household as well, was the evergreen goldies, like
Yes.
from the Hindi industry, which for me,
Oh
Bollywood
yeah.
is a very big thing. I loved Kishore Kumar Saab, Muhammad Rafi ji, Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab, Jagjit Singh. I
Yeah.
still listen to him. On the way home today, for instance, I was singing, all of Ustad ji's Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan's Akhiyan Udik Diya. And it
So
just gets
nice.
you in a happy mood. And I knew I was going to be on live today with you, so I wanted
Yeah.
to get myself pumped up, and that's what I did.
That's a great track, actually. No, I love Mustaji. He always puts me in a great mood. And, you're so right, though, love, that being an artist, you really have to be like, versatile in what you hear, not only as an artist, but as also who you listen to, who you get inspired by, because you never know where the inspiration is going to come from, right?
Absolutely. I remember I was in Croatia shooting one of my videos,
Yeah,
Hatke,
yeah,
and the director and I were just sitting there having a cup of coffee, and
yeah,
we were people watching.
yeah.
Right there and then, no joke, I wrote 4 lines down. That is the next song that's coming out next for us.
Oh my gosh.
It was an amazing feeling, and the title of the track is called Takdeer, which means
Which
destiny.
means destiny. Yeah,
And for me, it was such a beautiful song, and it like Rita, how when you have that little bit of a writer's block, there was
yeah.
no writer's block in this song. I started writing, and then obviously because I don't write Urdu or speak it fluently, I gave it
Yes.
to my friend in Pakistan. I go, Bhaiya, please do me a favor,
Yeah,
write what I'm asking you to write. And
yeah,
no joke, he made it in such a beautiful, poetic way. But that again, just from people watching,
yeah.
it's just
And
amazing.
yeah, you can't, like, even like Sajna that you just heard, I had writer's block with that track, and there was one word, khwahish, and I didn't know whether to put sabne or khwahish, or like something very similar. And my mum actually said to me, keep khwahish in there because it's very different and not many people understand what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So it really depends on where you get inspired, and if it's just the littlest things, it makes such a difference.
A big difference. My song Rog Ishq,
Yes.
everybody was asking what is Rumi?
Yeah.
That means your soul.
Yeah.
Aashiqan di ਕਸ਼ਟਰ ਅਕਸਦੀ ਕੰਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਡੁੱਬਦੀ ਏ ਜਿਸਮ ਚੋਂ ਅੱਗ ਬੁਝ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਪਰ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਲਦੀ ਏ. So
Right.
it burns in your chest, in your heart, that the desires of life and love is there, but
Yeah.
the way you poetically put it together for the fans, and I really got a lot of accolades for that particular song because it
Wow.
was different, way out of the box compared to what artists were doing at the time. But I said I for my forefathers that lived in Pakistan at one time.
Yes, yeah, most definitely. Do you think it's really important to be versatile as a artist? Like, you write songs, you sing songs, you're very versatile as a performer as well. Do you think the versatility is very important in your career, within music?
To be honest with you, that's the why I've been here for 20 plus years.
Yeah,
It's because of the versatility.
yeah,
Before, when I was, I guess we can say younger, but it was more the fusion style. But now growing up, and I'm growing into the person that I was meant to be back then.
yeah,
So for me, it's very important that we honestly, go with the times, but at the same token, stay true to yourself as an artist. We see
yes,
the same artists doing the same beats, the same everything for the last 20 years, and people are calling them legends. Well, are they legends? No, not really. It's the same beat, the same sound, the same dress, the same actions, the same everything. Yes, it works. I get that.
yeah,
But does it make you something bigger and better than you really are artistically or in front of your peers? I always say, if you and I did a mehfil one day, for instance, and we are going
yes,
to do that for sure,
yeah,
love your voice.
thank you.
It, I have to bring something up to the table.
Yeah,
I have to really outshine and do better for myself. It's not a competition, but
no,
something I deeply need to do for myself.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know?
When I mean, this industry, you know how it is, oh, I won't say dog eat dog because that sounds really harsh,
Yeah.
but it's very competitive. Now, to be parallel in this industry, you know, as you said, you know, there are stars and there's like, you know, people that are legends or whatever. How do you keep your spirits up when, you know, people sometimes put those, you know, like against each other? Because I'll be honest, you know, I get that in the industry as well, you know. But then I always remind myself that my pathway is totally different to somebody else's, and I just got to just keep creating. I just got to keep like making my music, you know. What keeps you going as an artist? You know, if anyone like this like says to you that, oh no, this person's better than you, or you're better than this, you know, how do you tackle that? You know, how do you tackle that?
When someone says I'm better than someone, I take that with a grain of salt, to be honest.
Yes, yeah.
There's an Ustadji that's been in the industry for 50, 60 years that understands music, the surahs and the dog, and actually the realistic of classical Indian singing. I will take that with pride.
Yeah.
I'll take that with the utmost humbleness. When someone says this guy's better than me or this guy's better than me, to be honest with you, I only make music for myself.
Yes.
And I want my fans to love what I do because I do something different.
Yeah.
But I'm not asking and begging people, you know, with everybody with the fake hits and everything like that to become this fake, you know, egotistic, you know, person that has 10 million hits. I mean, if Michael Jackson never got 10 million hits, you know, so how do you, within 24 hours, get a million hits?
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know where that's come from, but it's very interesting.
And to answer your question, I do music for myself. Good music is good music, Rita, as you know.
Yeah.
You know, anybody says, people will respect you because you're not talking about derogatory things. You're not talking about putting women down or putting men down or guns and gangs and all this stuff. That's just ridiculous because that's not culture that way, if you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it hurts when I hear these artists doing what they're doing just for popularity for overnight, for, you know, the 24 hours or 48 hours that they're going to be number one on whatever chart they think they are on.
Yeah. And it's longevity as well, isn't it? You know, you know, you get a million hits over like on your Facebook or whatever overnight, and that equates you to being a star. I'll never understand that. You know, to artist, you know, it's amazing if I do. That's God given, you know, and then that will just keep me humble, but it'll keep me grounded, keep me humble to just carry on and do my music, what I need to do.
And that's exactly what you just said there, Rita. Makes so much sense. Is that's what you're doing for you, and if it makes you happy, truly, that's all that matters. And you know what? Because what you're doing is not only for yourself, you're showing a piece of the world, a piece of Rita, or a piece of, and that's what you need to do.
Piece of love,
That's awesome. And you know what? I always say, and I don't know if you ever notice on my Instagrams or anything, I always say one love only, always.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I always say,
I was going to ask you what that's about.
Yeah, and I always say artists supporting artists because it's very, very needed now, even more in the industry than it was before.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because if I do something well, I want my peers to tell me. You know, I want to say, hey, Rita, oh, thank you, Rita. That means the world to me. Or you put something out and I go, Rita, oh my God, like where the heck did you come up with this? It makes us better as individuals.
Yes,
and makes us better for music heals, let's be honest, and our own look and outlook of life.
Yeah, totally. So guys, if you have any questions for Luv, please do put them in the comments. It's great, the conversation that we're having so far. Let us know what you think about the current climate as well in music and the industry, of what you see as listeners and what you're enjoying as well. Luv, let's start, like, you know, you said music's been a big part of your life from a very young age. Do you have any great memories of growing up, you know, like in around home, and what influenced you into moving into music, and what was the turning point that you thought, hey, I'd like to do a bit more in music? And
oh, what a beautiful question, and thank you for this, because I really wanted to tell everybody.
Hey.
When I was young, I remember mom and dad cooking in the in the kitchen.
Of course.
Bollywood music was always in our household. And I remember songs like, you know, Mere Sapno Ki Rani Kab Aayegi.
Are you going to give us a rendition or something?
Yeah, oh, definitely. That would be one of them I would sing.
Okay.
Then you know what I really because I grew up in a mixed culture side of things because there was a lot non-Asians here, so
Yes.
there wasn't very many Indians in my school growing up.
Yeah.
And I remember my cousin came from England on a holiday, and they brought cassettes. And I remember my dad always trying to push me to dance and everything at Bhangra parties or get-togethers.
Yeah.
Disco Divani,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my turning point, and I'll be very honest, my biggest turning point in my life as a child growing up to wanting to do entertainment was I met Amitabh Bachchan on October 3rd,
Oh.
1983.
Mhm.
And what happened was he just finished the show and he was
Yeah.
walking out of his dressing room at the
Mhm.
hotel. My dad knew the promoters and everything, and
Okay.
I had to meet him because he was bigger than life for me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he came out of his room, saw me, and he looked down and he goes,
Mhm.
"How did you like the show?" And
Wow.
I said, "I loved it." Like obviously, a young kid, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Then he goes, so he knelt down now on his knee, and I still
Mhm.
remember eye to eye with Big B. And he goes to me, he goes, "So what do you want to be when you grow up?"
Mhm.
And as a young 10-year-old or 11-year-old or 9-year-old kid that I was at the time, I said, "I wanted to be like you." And he put his hand on my shoulder and then he put it on my head and he goes, "Don't be me, be you."
Oh, wow.
And that changed my life because still to
Mhm.
this day, Rita, I remember that.
Yeah.
Then the next day, when my dad came home, um, the limo driver, he came to our house to pick me up for school because, dad had the connection and everybody like that.
Mm, mm.
And Nazia and Zohab came with my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And that was only a few years before she passed away.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, it was an amazing, like I remember, dad, and I remember her songs obviously because they were so evergreen and they had such
Yeah.
a beat and a great thing. And I just remembered that, it was there. Like it was just like, it was the coolest thing. Like I never thought that I would get to meet these Bollywood superstars. And, when we
Mhm.
talk about songs, I remember my mom and dad singing to each other. "Tum agar saath dene ka wada karo." Like how
Yes.
beautiful words now as an elder that I'm understanding that.
Yeah.
And so, it's just a cool feeling. Like you just made me reminisce about 20 plus years ago or 30 years ago. And and I just remember the happiness that I received as a child.
Mm.
And I saw
Mm.
my parents so connected with music and I was so connected with it, and it just made me
Yeah.
feel great, you know?
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. I had a very similar like upbringing in terms of like my mum and dad would cook. They'd be like, here in London, it was Sunrise Radio that was massive. And, we'd be forever listening to music and songs and I actually learnt Hindi through Bollywood films. I've never learnt, like your mother tongue, obviously I understand it fully, but obviously certain words I struggle. But, to have heard music via those films and being brought up on those classics, it's such a blessing. And that took me back what you were saying. And in fact, I actually went to a big concert of Big B as well. I don't know, it might have been the same show where Salman Khan came out on a bike.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah, it was just when he just put out Maine Pyar Kiya.
yeah.
And
That was in the 90s.
Okay, yes. My one was in the 90s, and I was just there, and I remember my mum and myself getting dressed up in traditional clothes because it was just such a big night out for us, and listening to the songs and everything. But it was a part of my childhood that I'll never forget because obviously, and then my background is that I was part of an amazing Bollywood band called Masala, and I sang from the age of 16 on live on stage, and so Bollywood has been a big upbringing for me, definitely, and it's always going to be where my ground I stood from in music.
And that's the
But
beauty of it
yeah,
too. The real beauty of it, Rita, as you just said, you know what? That was your grounding moments,
yes, yeah.
music. And as we know, Bollywood, Hindi films back then, the music and the lyrics were just absolutely beautiful.
What were
I
your
w-
favorites?
oh gosh, film wise,
Yeah, film
oh
wise and like songs of those films?
Muqaddar Ka Skandar.
Oh, actually, I was going to sing that today.
Oh,
Or
were you?
Sapire. I just couldn't find the karaoke track, but fair enough.
It's really my favorite song, and I'm no joke. Rita, about an hour and a half before we got on, I was listening to it on YouTube.
Oh, so beautiful.
Because it was such a beautiful track.
Yeah.
Ram Balram, Amar Akbar Anthony, Sajan, Bobby, just an amazing film. Mera Naam Shukar. I love those films. When you come up to the newer stuff, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, we can't go wrong.
Yeah.
A little bit of Mohabbat and the Punjabi films are become better too.
They have, yeah.
They've become a lot more enjoyable to watch. There's not that that over. I hate to say it, but that over bend life sort of thing now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that as well,
Yeah.
But I'm a very big fan. Rajesh Khanna, Amitabh Bachchan, Rekha, Madhuri Dixit, Rani Kapoor. I'm a fan of music and Bollywood, I don't know their personal lives, but I mean at the end of the day, I enjoy what they presented.
The art that they shared with us. Yeah. So then moving on to so you had this love for music and then it grew and grew. How did Signia come about then? And, where did that all start from?
Well, what it was, there was a couple of bands here, not bands, but they're just a whole bunch of friends of ours. And what they wanted me to honestly do, Rita, was sing a couple of Burliyan to pump up the boys when we were playing at an event. We played at Dilayer Mendy's concert.
Hey.
And then
that must have been so much energy in that.
Oh, so we did the Temptations tour with Shah Rukh Khan and everybody. Wow. And it was just pumping up the boys to get them going and get the energy level. Because you know how it is. Before you get on stage, there's always the butterflies. If we can get the butterflies and, have that focal point in the audience, our show becomes a lot more intimate and it's more enjoyable for us as artists because then we really show who we are. Yeah. So they were saying, "Love, sing some Burliya," and obviously we're doing that. We're just doing those type of Burliya and all the boys, hoy, pump up and showtime, boys, and bang, we were on the stage, and that's how Signia started because I had an idea always to do it. But to be honest, I was a little bit nervous to do it by myself because, the cost of the whole womanship. As
you do. Yeah, of course.
And then I said to my really good friend, Sanj, I go, Sanj, you got a wicked voice. So, tu bhi aaja hun, and Nick Chawlia, who was a very dear friend of ours that lived in Birmingham. We went to Suki Bark, actually, in the UK. I was on holidays. And I go, Nick, I want to sing a song. And Nick goes, no problem, love, let's do it. And he heard my voice. He goes, okay, let's go. Let's get the lyrics. Let's get this. And our first song, which I ever recorded, was Pangade. And it hit #1 on the MTV Asia charts.
Wow.
6 months. It was just a shock because we were the first band to ever have Lamborghinis, Hummers.
Wow. Okay.
Video.
Yeah.
A female rapper, which is never before. Yeah. So whenever that song came out in Pakistan, India, and all that area, it was because people started to know who we were. We come out of our hotel, they would look at us, right? Yeah. It was kind of cool because that really shot my confidence up that we did something right.
Yes.
And there was no derogatory stuff in the song. So my mom and dad can hear it. My grandparents could hear it. God bless their soul. They're no longer with me, but they could hear it. They saw that, there's nothing negative about it. There's no guns. There's no showing extra garbage that is not necessary. Let's be honest. So when we had the song, he goes, "Munde pangade ch aahe jad ban toliya naal naal aaya vid hum joliya hoya j peg naal hoya j peg naal hoya j peg naal peg khar kaunde sare jane ral mil pahu pangade ni aj boliya Punjabi munde paunde." So it was a very simple, that little,
Yeah. And the crowd must have like just jammed along with it,
Oh gosh,
how did you find singing in front of a crowd that young?
Oh wow, you know what? First couple of times it was hard. I had to get my act together. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stage. That was a hard part for me because I'm just a simple guy that loves to sing. But when we started doing the PTC, Balle Balle Banja Satara competitions and everything like that,
Yeah.
as not guest judges, but guest performers in front of 100
Yeah.
people in India on our first tour, or in the Chandigarh club, or in Bombay in the JW Marriott, we had Sohail Khan there. We had all these actors and actresses there that
Wow.
came to see us.
Yeah.
We were invited to Anand Sami's first album release.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just floored. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so cool. This is what.
You're
So
getting to see your inspirations as well, that must have been phenomenal.
they, they're just amazing. They're just amazing artists. And you know what? I was blessed to meet and speak to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Got to know them on a personal level. And to be honest with you, they're just like us. And you know what? We as fans make them who they are, but they as people are just like us.
Yeah,
You know?
they certainly are. And that's what makes a great artist as well. If you know that they give that vibe off, then you connect with them more, because it's like you can't. I always feel that there's certain artists, okay, that idols, like like we talked about Prince, and we talked about Michael Jackson. In fact, there was Prince's passing anniversary last year. Oh no, sorry, last week, and 5 years ago, and I still to this day, it really bugs me that something like that happened. It sits big in my heart. Yeah, but apart from that, when you see another artist being so humble, it just makes you realize that that is just truly a gift that they have, like to put out their music, and they've got that far, but yet they've got their feet firm on the ground, and that makes a great artist, because you see that, and then you see the perseverance, and you see just how strong they are as a character.
I was watching
It's interesting.
Prince a couple of days ago as well.
Yeah.
The struggles that he went through was amazing.
Yeah.
And when Purple Rain came out, he was actually ready to scrap the whole project.
Yeah.
Like how that was like such an iconic moment in music history.
Well, he didn't know that at that time, did he?
No.
And it was because he was so ahead of his time with the music and everything, and all his like genius, the way he thought about music as well. Like it was too far ahead for the crowd at that time, which is really interesting, isn't it?
Every song he built from the ground up, from the music, to the pictures, to the clothing. He designed and did everything for Prince, which is an amazing feat in itself, because half the artists now can't even dress themselves. So
Yeah. Oh, keep on saying also Queen. Oh yes, Queen. They even nearly scrapped Bohemian Rhapsody, didn't they? That when they went in, and we saw a great documentary on them, that like how they put it all together, and the amount of days and months it took just to put that song together.
I mean, We Will Rock You, and all the songs, all were accidental for them. And I watched that, the film and everything.
Yeah, that's a very amazing portrayal.
Like I was just, and you know what? To be honest with you, I even forgot some of the hits that they did.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, that was theirs. And it was just like, oh my goodness, like what an amazing band. Great.
So Signia, so then you started like performing and what have you. Then when came to the point then, Love, for you to venture out in your own, how did that happen?
My partner at the time was very lucky, and he got another opportunity with another.
Okay.
And it worked out to both our benefits. Let's be very honest. He became one of the biggest fusion, I guess you call it Celtic Bhangra. Well, not even Bhangra, but English band out there. Delhi to Dublin. You might have heard of them. Very, very popular worldwide. Amazing artists. Amazing collective of sounds. And I'm so proud of them all. And they went that way, and he went that way. And then I decided, get back to who you are. Get back to your roots, get back to what you really want to do. And right away, I dropped a couple of Hindi numbers, to be honest. Just as mixes, just to see if it sounds good. And then I did an Indian album, which was called This Side of Love.
Yes.
And it had 16 tracks on it, and one of our very popular songs. My popular song on that one was "Dil Nachde." Jadoo nachdi gadde ch muttiyaar mundiyan de dil nachde. ਉਹ ਜੱਪ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਬਣਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਲ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਨੀ ਦਿਲ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਹਾਈ ਨੀ ਦਿਲ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਚੁਮਟਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਲ ਨੱਚਦੇ because at that time, Rita, the influence was from the UK again.
Yes.
It was from the Hiras, but
Yeah.
it was a generation. It was like my brother H. Thumbi coming out.
Yay.
And those guys were coming out, and Raghav, all these different sounds were coming out. It wasn't fully Desi, it wasn't fully UK Bhangra, I would say, but it was a generation of UK Bhangra.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I was born there. I could do this. I could do some research. I can go back to my chacha and talk to them and my cousins and everything. And the good thing was is that I started learning a little bit more about myself at that time.
Yes, yeah.
In becoming good friends with Mukeet Baji. A mentor of mine, DCS Shin. A very good. I performed at the Olympics with Baji.
Wow.
I've been blessed to work with some amazing artists, but they also molded and helped me build my sound. They don't know why they did, but they did because they had something different, which was, new generation, but at the same time, the roots of who we are.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to keep. I didn't want to lose my roots. And I think even with my new songs that are coming out, when you hear them, Rita, you're going to say, okay, I get what Love is trying to say.
Yeah.
You're going to, I'll just sing a line if you don't mind from my
Of course, no, carry on, This it's all yours.
My new song is coming out. It's called Taqdeer, My Death. That's what I call it. And it's just a love song, a love ballad, which I really, the one that I sat there and wrote. And it goes, Taqdeer badal de meri, Taqdeer badal de meri ruh naal kar le pyar, naal mere ji le sajna, zindagi de din char, Taqdeer badal de meri. It's one of those flowing, and you're a man's thanking a woman instead of the opposite way around. A man's thanking a woman saying, thank you for coming into my life. Thank you for being my rock. Thank you for being my destiny. But at the same token, you've opened up the soul again. So I thank you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's really nice. There's a lovely harmony melody to that as well. I can already hear it in my head like going around. So you've had so many accolades under your name. Please, the achievements that I can't even begin I don't know where to start. But what's been the greatest achievement that you've had so far? You've been recognized by the Canadian government, and how does it feel to be recognized for the art that you do, for something that you love so much?
Rita, you know what? For me, it was very unexpected.
Please tell us about the story.
Yeah, it was very unexpected because I wasn't expecting anything from the federal government or House of Commons, but the British Parliament. And it came from a couple of gentlemen, the MPs, Mr. Sukh Dhaliwal and Mr. Randeep Sarai. They saw that on my Facebook and on my Instagram, the UK International Artist Award 2020.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. And they saw that, but they just didn't know about the music side of it that much. But when they started finding out about the English album, that I'm trying to build that bridge between South Asians, what would they call Indians here, and the other communities, and bringing them together by music, but through an English album, but they also recognize that he's Indian, and they recognize my Indian work as well. So for me, it was like, thank you. I was shocked. I mean, the Prime Minister of Canada, signing an award for me and talking about me and everything, in our parliament. I mean, obviously COVID, they were at their houses doing it, but it was like, oh my goodness, when I came home and I received a package and I opened it up and it had this certificate and they had talked about me in the House of Commons. And I was like, oh my God, wow, how did this happen to a guy? But what they said, and when they spoke to me over the phone, they said, finally, there's some good news stories. Finally, we need to promote good stuff, good music, good sound. We need to bring the South Asian community into the mainstream community, as they call it here,
Yeah.
because we are the second largest diverse culture here in Canada. So
Mm-hmm.
Punjabi, Hindi, Muslims, we're all together, but we're the second largest outside of India. So why can't we show our good stories? Why can't we be shown in parliaments? Why can't we do this? And that was what I've been trying to say all along in my career to everybody. Why can't I be on that stage?
Mm.
Why are you on that stage and I'm not allowed to be on that stage? Or why
Yeah.
am I allowed to showcase who I am and why I am doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And what both the gentlemen said to me, which really touched me, they said, "Thank goodness, finally some clean, good music."
Yay.
They were sick
That
of their
must have been so rewarding.
it. I had tears in my eyes, Rita. I cry like a baby when it's a Hindi film. Don't get me wrong,
I think we would.
but when they said that to me, I phoned my mom
Yeah.
right away and I said, "Mom,
Oh, bless
what is
you.
that?" And mom just said, "Well, it's the truth."
Yeah.
And it felt great to hear it. It was felt great to get the accolade. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously the UK Bhangra Award, Best International Artist, first time a Canadian
Yeah.
ever won it, was
Yeah.
huge for me because, being born in the UK, leaving the UK, coming to Canada,
Yes.
was recognized by my peers over there and
Yeah.
and everybody worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes, people say, "Oh yeah, it's an award show and whatever, whatever." But for me as an artist, that meant the world to me
Mm-hmm.
because I got recognition, and 20 plus years of hard work, finally something's coming together,
Yeah. And it,
so
it takes perseverance for something like that. And no, congratulations for that. That's just purely amazing.
thank you
Yeah.
so much.
My auntie must be so proud of you.
You know what? Mom was she was over the moon.
Yes.
But she said one thing to me which really touched me. And she
Mm.
goes, keep doing the things for you.
Yeah.
Keep making good music for you because
Mm-hmm.
you know what? The next generation will remember.
Yes.
And artists come and go. Let's be very honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some great tracks that lived for 24 hours and people forget about it. There's great
Yeah.
albums that came up
Mm.
for 24 hours and they're gone the next day.
Mm.
And if you keep doing good music, Rita, people do start recognizing.
Yes.
People will recognize you as an artist, not just as Luv Randhawa or Rita Morar. They're
Yes.
going to treat us as real professionals that
Mm.
really know what they're doing in this game.
Yeah.
Because people like Apache, people like DCS, Ahita, Alap, and everybody, they had their time, but you know what? They still have evergreen tracks.
Mm.
And people would love to hear them again.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it this way, but the new generation needs to look back and see what those gentlemen and ladies did.
Yeah.
Sangeeta
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, totally.
everything.
Sangeeta, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they got
Still
to
to
look
this day. Mm-hmm.
because why are they evergreen? Because it's not because their music was different. No, it was
Mm.
because songs had meaning.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Is that very important to you to put out songs that have a great meaning or some sort of message?
you
What
know.
is your music about? When you get into the studio, love, or you're about, I know we've spoken about, inspiration happens everywhere, but say we had a day, how would you start your creativity? And if you had writer's block, what would you do?
I would go for a walk on the beach. To be very honest,
Mm.
and the only reason why is because I clear my mind with music
Yeah.
from the history of music. Um, I, I'll go for a walk. I'll have my headphones on, put my, toque on, and I'll just go for a jog or just for a
Mm-hmm.
walk. And I'll just start thinking about what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
What makes me, what makes a bad day turn into a good day.
Yeah.
Very spiritual, very, very spiritual. I believe in the powers above. I believe things happen for a reason. I
Mm-hmm.
also believe that, we're all put on here on earth for a reason. And
Yes.
everybody deserves to have their voice heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the writer's block, as you stated, it happens all the time. But
Yeah.
if you have a good team and a good bunch of people that really do care for you, Rita, they
Mm.
will help you get out of that. And for me,
Yeah.
Simran, as I sent you,
Yes.
Hunters and I phoned Hunters up. I go, listen, bro, this is what I want to do. He goes,
Mm-hmm.
done. He goes, don't
Mm-hmm.
even question it. Within
Mm-hmm.
a day, he sent me the music.
Mm.
Next day, I recorded it. and the next day it was
Beautiful.
out because I wanted to share it to the world. Because
Yeah.
if it helps somebody, why not get it out? If it
Yeah.
helps someone inside or in the mind or someone's suffering, why can't we help each other through music to do it?
Yes. Music is the way. Music is the way.
Music is the
Lockdown that happened. So then, how have you guys been coping? Firstly, like you and your family in lockdown. Was it such a big shock to you guys? What were the rules out there? I mean, did you go around the similar time last year of going in lockdown in March? I think it was very similar, right?
we were supposed to
Um,
go for dinner on my birthday, March 13th, and
oh,
people on March 11th saying, "Sorry, you can't go out."
oh no! I shouldn't laugh, but we were all there last year.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
You know what? I was disappointed, but at the same token, I was also thinking to myself, you know what? Let's be honest. Let's be safe.
Yeah,
You know what? We don't know anything about this, and we don't understand what it is.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's time for us all to be safe. Better be safe than sorry. Canada didn't get it as bad as the UK, to be honest. We had our time periods that we had it really bad, but we went to pure lockdown around that time, so we got it early. But our population is 35 million across Canada, where in the UK 35 million in London alone. It's
Yeah.
it's a very big difference in population and so forth.
Yeah.
And we have a very vast country, so it's very open, and that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
the Canadian government did do a good job, I must say. We didn't have to go back into a second major lockdown, even though we're all seeing the third wave now.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping everybody is, dealing with it and getting, realizing that with the vaccine, we have a chance to get back to reality. Uh,
Yes.
I think in New Zealand they had a concert for 50,000 people yesterday. It's just
Crazy.
like, wow,
Can't
if you
believe that.
learn how to do that, you can open up quicker. You know,
Hmm.
that's
How
what it
did
comes.
it affect you? How did it affect your music and your like performances, love?
Oh, it shut it down. It shut everything down, Rita. There's no live performances. There was no musical grants or anything that you can apply for to do anything. Yes,
Gosh,
there was
yeah. Me
live
too.
shows that you can do from your house, but with my English album that just came out in October, I needed to be out in the forefront with people. I
Yeah.
needed to perform in front of people. I needed to dance in front of people. I needed to see the reaction and the feeling of what they were, the love that I've given them. What am
Yeah.
I going to receive back from them? And I
Yeah.
want to see that live. So, the live venues and everything have just been, as you know as well, because in the UK, difference in that sense, the arts and the music programs have been shut down, and they
Yeah.
haven't really got the same, not only respect or the dignity that music and arts deserve. The governments have to really, support the artists. Which they really, really haven't done as well as they should, in my eyes, over here. But I've heard it from the UK as well. I mean, those
Yeah.
guys, the artists were running to India to go perform, and then when India went through their lockdown, they come running back to the UK.
Yeah.
To make money, but stay safe. That's the biggest thing I gotta say. Like, it's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, it was scary. And but you said that you released new music and stuff, and yeah, how did it feel and like sharing it with the world?
Rita was a blessing. I
Yeah.
did not honestly, God, I can't even say this. I did not expect that Believe in Me, my first debut English album, would hit number two in the
Yeah.
Canadian soul and R&B charts. Let's put it this way. I went to bed. It's a funny. I went to bed, looked at the charts the day it got released. It's not in the top 100. I said,
Yeah.
okay, no big deal. You know what? You gave it your best shot. You did this music from your heart. Next
And in
morning,
lockdown. Yeah.
down. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. मैं कहा सारे बिल या they'll be able to rent, go over to buy it.
Yeah.
Pretty good. um, then the promotion started happening on the next day, actually,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, my friend of mine said, "Love, you're in the top 100," and
Wow.
I was jumping up and down. I'm in Canadian top 100 in front of like a lot of these major artists, and then an hour later or 2 hours later, I am in the top 20 album sold. And and then I was like, no way, this is not right. This is all garbage. It's all fake, whatever, whatever. No joke. I get a phone call and my friend goes to me, Love, you are number 2 in Canada.
Wow.
Literally, no joke, Rita. I dropped to the ground. First of all, said thank you to God, but I cried and cried. I must have cried for at least a half an hour.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
because it was, for me, it was like, you know what? Finally,
yeah,
it.
I hear you.
I've broken that cultural thing that needed to be broken years before me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm one of the, the artists in Canada that could do it. For the to make the Indians proud, and on the same side, on the mainstream side, I could be proud. I mean, we were the only person that had, like, it was kind of cute, but we were in front of Alicia Keys, John Legend, like all these superstars. I
Really.
I get choked up now thinking about that.
Mm,
Bruce
mm.
Springsteen was the only gentleman that was in front, but I was like, I don't. First thing I said, I don't deserve to be in the top 10.
Oh,
I said that, I said that. But then my friend, she goes, Love, no, you deserve to be in the top 5.
yeah.
You've given in your heart and soul into this. Why are you discounting what you?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when Brian Adams texted me,
Oh, wow.
game
What
over.
did Brian say? Come on, tell us.
Well, I did all my recording at Brian Adams' studio here in Vancouver,
Okay.
their house,
Yeah.
and we saw.
That's smooth, that is, You get to see Brian Adams as well. Oh,
God, I used to see him walking around once in a while, but
yeah.
I never had the guts to go up to him and say, "Hey, Brian," I didn't.
Legend. Yeah.
And he's Brian Adams, so I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Um, but he texted me because he knew my engineer, Eric,
Yeah.
and Eric told him, and I sent a thank you to Brian, saying, because of your studio giving
Yeah.
me the opportunity to record at a very classy studio with all the latest equipment, with the best
Yeah.
engineers. We did it, Brian. We hit number 2 in Canada. And he just said, congratulations, brother. I am so proud. And he goes, next time you're in the studio, make sure you knock on my door.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not going to tell you what we spoke about, because I did knock on his door. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of, because of that moment, it changed my life for the English side, the mainstream.
Yes. The Western side, yeah.
Yeah, because the Western side said, you know what, they've accepted you. And you know what, you can do it, love. So for me,
Yeah.
Badi Man Ki Gal, it was
Of
just
course. Yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah. If it's meant to be, it will pave that way for you. And your versatility is second to none, love. You started it just goes to show that you don't know where music would take you as an artist. Once you're an artist, it's your calling regardless. And you started in Bhangra, and you had the Bollywood vibes, and you were doing what you're doing, and then you moved it onto like a fusion of English, and that, you've got to be versatile like that as an artist. I really do believe that, because yeah, you can be great in like a one genre, but how much can you achieve in that genre? Like when someone says to me that, what genre are you in? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not in a box.
well
You
said.
can't put me in a box.
Well,
I'll do what my heart tells me, whether it be a folk song or a Hindi song, and and I totally understand that. But well done for that. That's just amazing. We've got to move on. Let's see now. So everyone that's part or watches Music Hills knows this comes along, and they all love this. Because it's such a challenge for each artist or each creative soul that comes on, and it's the amazing Song of Solace. So let me just explain it to a few people, love. So Song of Solace is something that I started to ask my guests each episode, of what song gives them great energy, or what do they get inspired by, something that they put in a car to make them feel good, or it just rounds it all up for them what music is. And I have been able to put a Spotify list together, called #MusicHeals. We've got over 67 songs on there, and I think it's around 5 hours worth of music, but it's in songs that have inspired others out there in music, and obviously I've asked Love this question. So how did you narrow it down? We're going to reveal your song, but how did you actually narrow it down, and what top 3 did you think of, and then what did you decide for?
with the name Music Heals, right?
Yeah.
To me, what heals me? And again, number one is the walk on the beach, the drive. But when I'm listening to music and good sound and a healing sound, what makes me feel good? And one was the Nam Simran that we did.
Yes.
But the other track, the one that you're about to reveal as well, that song, when I'm driving, the world shuts off. Sometimes I'm scared to drive because I don't even pay attention to the front, the mirror in the front. I mean, my windshield. I'm actually just thinking of the song. I'm thinking of the sounds. I'm feeling everything, and it puts a smile on my face because what beautiful melody, what beautiful like. I mean, I'll let you announce
Yeah,
this.
yeah, no, yeah. Let's announce what it is.
Yeah,
It's Phil Collins,
I'll
Another
let
Day
you
in
announce it.
Paradise. It's beautiful. No, why did you choose that?
Because I respect the artist. I
Yes, Phil Collins is big,
Yeah, I respect
hard
Phil Collins,
worker.
what he's done, what he's accomplished,
Hmm.
not just as an artist, but as a vocalist, as a drummer, as a musician.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, but the thing is I love his vision. In every single song, there's a different vision. And I think, as we were talking earlier about not putting yourself in a box,
Hmm.
he definitely didn't put himself in a box.
No, he didn't. No.
And for me, he's one of my favorites, one artist that I look up to. But at the same token, it's his sound, his voice, his being the artsman, the entertainer, the performer also
Mm.
plays a big role. But that
Hmm.
long drive, I tell you, my dear, it is the coolest feeling cranking up the song and
Yeah.
just driving with the wind going through your hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, Another Day in Paradise. I mean, how much more of a title do you need?
Yeah.
This earth,
And it's got an amazing meaning to it as well. It's very deep. Makes you actually feel blessed for what you have in life. I remember listening to that song. There's been many covers of that song, and I actually remember when it came out as well. That gives my age away, but yeah, when it came out, it hit me that how come he's speaking about these things, like she goes out on the street, sir, can you help me? That's really deep. And the fact that he touched upon homelessness and, like, the metaphorical side of things, that this is another day in paradise, it's, yeah, you
I
blew me
remember,
away, blew me
I
away.
remember, I remember one of his interviews. He goes, just think of it this way: it is another day in paradise because you're not 6 feet under.
Yeah. Wow, that's deep. Well, excuse the pun, but that is deep. Yeah.
But it is an amazing song. I just had to do it because I remember just driving and listening to it, and just like my whole mind just opened up. And I don't know, you see the vision at the end of the tunnel, as they say, and so forth. As
Yeah.
artists, I really changed my whole outlook on music
Yeah.
because of songs like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally, I love Genesis anyway. Genesis are just amazing. They came
Amazing.
out with some great tracks, but Phil on his own as well came out with some great tracks. And I think this is the first song that is by Phil Collins on Song and Solace. But hey, that's the beauty of Song and Solace, because it just shows that just how varied the songs are. So make sure everyone out there, you do catch this Spotify listens. Love, if you've got Spotify as well, make sure you do follow it.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful, and we'll definitely share that also on Instagram in the stories and stuff. So thank you so much. So we're coming up to the end, and we could speak all night, love. Give us a rendition of one of your tracks, and then I'll give you the last few questions. But what are you gonna give to us today?
Oh gosh,
You got
there's so
so many songs.
so you
What are you
know.
feeling right now to share with the world?
The, here's one thing that's on my mind. I don't know why it's been on my mind all day today. La 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 गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी शराबी ये दिल हो गया संभालो मुझको ओ मेरे यारों संभलना मुश्किल हो गया Oh la 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 la. You know, it's just beautiful day out. The sun is shining. One of those cushy songs that I just like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a great track, and it reminds me of like my childhood. Kuli saying she's giving so much love. Thank you, Kuli, my favorite song.
Much.
Gulabi Aankhein. Was it Muhammad Rafi ji that sang that?
Uh, Kishore Kumar ji.
Kishore Kumar ji.
Yeah, Muhammad
Yeah.
Rafi was. मैं जट यमला पगला दीवाना मैं जट यमला पगला दीवाना हो रब्बा एक किसी बात से न जाना के ओ मैनू प्यार करती है साडे उत्ते ओ मरती है के ओ मैनू प्यार करती है हाय 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 साडे उत्ते ओ मरती है
Yay! So
I'm,
love.
you know, I'm sorry, Rita, when I start singing, I'm a jukebox.
Give us an English track.
Oh gosh, English track. My mind is quite empty right now in English.
Okay, let's stick to Hindi. Sing O Saathi Re. Can you sing a...
Okay. La 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 do 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 do. O साथी रे तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना फूलों में कलियों में सपनों की गलियों में तेरे बिना कुछ कही ना तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना Oh my God.
Thank
You know
you.
what we do? I was just thinking about it right now. We got to do a remix duet on that one.
Oh, that would be a beautiful
When I
song.
heard your voice, I was like, I got to get Rita in the studio on this.
Thank you.
And we'll make another. I'm just thinking this is going to be a killer song that we be doing.
Yeah, and you put it out in the universe now, so it's got to happen. Yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. Sorry?
Out there, press like you got to say yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So, love, we're coming to the end of Music Hill. It's just been an absolute joy to have you on. It's been so enlightening with the amazing and childhood memories you've given us, your inspirations, and how you've moved on from Signia to all the fusion music that you've done and all the accolades that you've received. If there was finishing it, rounding it off, if there was an artist that was starting in the industry that was looking up to you, what 3 points would you give to them, and to make them just feel inspired and just be focused on their music?
I've had that question before, and three things. Well, there's usually one, but the three things that I've always said it. Number one, doesn't matter how much success or failure you have, stay humble, keep your feet on the ground. Mm-hmm. Number one thing. Number two thing, never give up. Never quit. Like, honestly, if your parents say they want you to become a doctor or an engineer and you have music in your blood and you can't live without it, do it, because that's how you're going to be successful as well. Yeah. The arts is something that, changes people. It changes people's lives. It changes people's look out there, and they see clarity in life then. But the last thing I have to say is always respect your legends or your mentors or the ustads. I have ustads from all type of genres and age groups in Rita. I even call my little nephew, who's only 2.5 years old, my ustad, because I learned something from them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I say it with great pride, is that everybody's my ustad, because while you were singing, I was listening and learning. Mm-hmm. Us chatting, after I hear what you have said, I'm learning. So those are the things that I want to tell the youth. It's not about, you need to go to a ustad 24/7 and you got to practice, the harmonium and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes, that is part of the curriculum to becoming an artist. But be you, be who and what makes you click. And, that makes you say, listen, you know what? I want to be an artist because X, Y, and Z. Some guys want to be artists because of the girls. Some guys want to be artists because of the fame. Some girls want to be artists because, they just want it in front of all their girlfriends. No, don't do it for anybody else. Just remember two things. Do it for yourself and make sure your parents or your mother, father, your grandparents can hear and listen to your song. Because good music is just that, Rita. Good music.
Yeah, totally. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Love, so I've got it here anyway. Is this the best place where everybody can find you, Love?
Yeah, lovemusic.ca is a great place, or Instagram, Love Music Online. Yeah, it's been a great journey. So I mean, please do follow, please do call,
Yeah.
because as artists we want to do better for you, but at the same token we want to hear from you, because to hear the love and respect from our fans and friends and family means the most to every artist.
Yes, totally does.
Yeah.
Really does, Love. And what have you got lined up for us in 2021 then? So,
Oh, God,
congratulations with your album coming out.
thank you.
Lockdown's nearly over. So what have you got planned?
Well, we've got a tour being planned right now.
Oh, yay.
Yes, for next year. Actually, it's going to be probably in the mid June or May airtime. We've got a tour then. We're also looking into New Zealand and Australia and those areas. Hopefully that works out. We've got two Punjabi, Hindi, Urdu albums ready to be
Wow.
hit. We've done some really big stuff with some UK legends like Hunters.
Hey,
One of my
Hunters.
favorite all-time
He's
family,
amazing. Yeah.
beautiful musicians.
Yes.
My brother, just the guy that I've got a lot of respect for. We've got some real good, fun stuff coming out, Rita, in a different side of love, let's be honest.
Yay.
But at the same token, it's something that everybody can relate to, So that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want you to be enjoying life. And once they get out of this pandemic, enjoy with your loved ones, because, again, we've seen it so terrible that some people haven't seen their parents for over a year or
Yeah.
2 years. So make the most of it, guys. Make the
Yeah.
most. See your
Yeah.
loved ones and be a loved one to someone else.
Beautiful words.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Love. It's just been a pleasure to have you on today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule for being here on Music Hills. And will you keep us updated with what's going on with you and your world of music? And come back on Music Hills, in a couple of months or so, and just let us know what's going on.
Oh my goodness, I'd be honored to come back. They usually say one time love, that's it, no more for you.
Hey, I know where you are now.
But yes, and thank you for such kind words and the opportunity to be on your show.
No,
I
it
have
was amazing.
respect for your show and for you as an artist, and I love the
Thank
new
you.
hairstyle. Just to let you,
Thank you.
I want to mention it at the beginning, but I'm going to mention it at the end because I want everybody to remember that. Um, but honestly, thank you, Rita, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
patience and the utmost of respect as an artist and as now an extended family member. So
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You take care of yourself, love, and then I'll speak to you real soon, yeah? Thank you.
thank you everybody for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Love, everybody. Absolutely amazing. So much love and so much inspiration. Please do follow him wherever you can. Check out his website and do keep supporting us independent artists, because this is how we move forward, with all your love and support. And it just makes our world go around. So make sure you are following that for sure. What's coming up for you? Well, I can't tell you yet, because Music Hills is back on Monday, 10th of May. Going to take some time out for bank holiday. We've got that coming up here in London. But if you have any questions, any guests that you'd like to feature, if you are a person that loves music so much and you'd like to come on and talk about what music means to you, hit me up. Send me a message and we'll get you onto Music Hills, because at the end of the day, it's a journey shared, a journey that may inspire somebody else. But thank you so much for your love and patience today. Rita Morar, I'm signing off now. As I said, keep updated with musicheals.info with all the information, with all the episodes. While I'm away next week, maybe you can schedule some time to look at one of the past episodes, ranging from Apache Indian to Rara Lao to Sonia Panasa to Vic Drums to Love. Just catch them all, and I will be back with you on the 10th of May, and look after yourselves while I'm away. All right then, take care, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. All right then, look after each other. Bye.